Hello friends, welcome to the second video on a series of videos about Solidworks. So in this video we'll start sketching. In last video I was explaining about the different features of Solidworks in the user interface. So if I keep on explaining you don't have anything significant to do. So I thought of starting sketching and we'll learn about all the necessary things as we go through those features. Now let's start sketching in Solidworks. So for that, first we have to give a command to Solidworks. For that, what we should do is we have to go to the command manager and give this command. But before giving this command, we have to fix our unit. So if we look at this part over here, then you can see this IPS. Now the unit is inch pound second. If I want to change this unit to millimeter or something, I have to just press this arrow key and press this arrow over here, click on this arrow, and then we'll get this mmgs, cgs and mks. We can choose the system of our choice. For right now I'm choosing mmgs, millimeter gram second, and after that I have to sketch. So I am giving the command sketch by clicking on that sketch command, and when I click on that, we'll get this reference planes. We'll get the front plane, we'll get the top plane, we'll also get the right plane. So we can choose which plane we have to sketch on. So right now I'm choosing this front plane. Okay, first let's learn about the line tool. So in this line tool we have three options. Let's explore them one by one. So the first one is a normal line tool. Using that is simple. You just have to click and drag. Okay, then go to the second point, click and just move. When you move, you can see that there is a line which follows the cursor. So if you want to get rid of that, just press the escape key. And if you don't want to go till the escape key, then what you can do is you can just draw the line to the second point, and you have this thing. You just have to right click, then choose the select, and yeah, that's gone. That's all about the first line tool. Then we have this central line. So before drawing central line, let's just delete this. So I'll just teach you something about selection right now. So if I just left click from here and then drag in this direction, then you can see that nothing gets selected. But if I left click from this portion and drag in this direction, we'll get this green color selection. And if I do that, the whole sketch element will get selected. So when you click on when you click and drag from the left, if you just select a portion of that sketch element, then it will not get selected. When you are dragging from the left, you have to select the whole sketch to get that element selected. So when you're let's just select these two lines from the right by clicking and dragging from the right side. So I just have to do this and both of them are selected. But if I do it from the left side, they will not get selected. So if I want to select from the left side, I have to do this. If I have to select from the right side, then I'll have to do this. Okay, so just press the delete key. Now let's discover the second line tool. Next one is a central line or construction line. We usually use this just for reference and construction purposes, which we learn. We just have to draw this, and similarly we have to click select, and we have this line. And the next line option is this midpoint line. That is, okay, I want this origin to be the midpoint. Okay, this origin. How do I know that this is this origin? Oh, because when I put my pointer over there, you can refer this part. Okay, you can refer this x and y. Right now I am in x and y, xy plane, so you can refer this values over here. So if when I go towards this point, it will go when you are so close to the center, it will yeah, now I'm in the origin. Okay, so now let's learn about the midpoint line option. So if I go and select this midpoint line and click over here and then drag, you can see that the line gets mirrored to the other side. So the point which we selected, this point will become the midpoint as we draw it. That's all about the line tool. So now let's learn about the circle command. I've changed my cursor style so that you can track the cursor easily. Now if I go to the circle command, I have two options, circle and perimeter circle. First, let's explore the circle command. You have to click on the circle command, and then in order to draw the circle, first you have to select the midpoint. I mean the center of the circle. So I'm choosing the origin as the center of the circle. I clicked on the origin and then I dragged outward and then click again. Now I have my circle. Now if you have to keep the circular diameter, then you can go to this smart dimension command, click on it, and then click on the border of the circle. So you can display the diameter on two styles. First one is this one and the next one is this. Right now I'm going to display it in this style. So I just click here and now it asks me what is the diameter which is required for this circle. I'm going to type in 100. You can either press this tick or you can just press the enter key. Right now I'm going to press the enter key and I have my diameter of 100. What if you wanted to display this as a radius? If you wanted to display this as a radius, you just have to right click on this dimension and then you can see here display as radius option. You just have to click on that and now the radius is displayed instead of the diameter. So now let's learn about the perimeter circle command. If you go to this circle command and click on this arrow, you can see the perimeter circle command. Before clicking on this perimeter circle and drawing it, I would like to draw a triangle. For that I am choosing this line command and then I am going to draw a line. So you can notice that when I am making this line horizontal, there is a small yellow pop-up with the horizontal line. That shows that the line which I currently drew is a horizontal line. Now it's horizontal. So if I draw this line and then make this triangle, you can see that when the cursor reaches the midpoint, this will show that it's a midpoint. So I'm going to draw a triangle and then you can press the escape key in order to exit from the current line command. If I press the escape, you can see that this is now not highlighted. So right now you can notice that this sketch over here is black in color, but this sketch over here is blue in color. Why is that so? It's because this circle over here is fully defined. That is, the diameter and the center of the circle is defined. I can't change the diameter or I can't move the circle. But if I take this triangle, it's not fully defined. How do I know that? It's because if I click on this side, I can change the dimension of that side. If I click on this side and move, drag, then I can change the dimension of this side. And similarly, I can move this in this direction and all. So if I want to fully define it, I'm going to click on the smart dimension command and then click on this line. Oh, so if you click on the center of a line, you will not be getting that smart dimension, because right now it's asking us to dimension from this point to another point like this. So make sure you don't press on the center of the line when you have the smart dimension. So I'm exiting that command by pressing escape and then again selecting the command smart dimension and pressing on this line. Now I'm defining the length of this side to be 120 mm and then I want to exit this command by pressing an escape, and then if I take the smart dimension command and dimension this line to be 120, still it's underdefined. So if I dimension this line, it's 120, still it's underdefined. I have defined all the three sides. Now why is this underdefined? So let me check that out. If I press on the smart dimension again, now I exited that command. If you notice, I can't change the length of this side, but I can move this triangle in the horizontal direction and I can move this triangle in the vertical direction. So how can I constrain that? So in order to fully define this, I have to give a dimension which constrains the triangle at a particular distance, vertically and horizontally. So if I click this point under the origin, then you can see that if I give it 100, you can see that still it's not fully defined. Why is this not fully defined right now? Let me check. So if I try moving this, now this can move in the vertical direction. So how can I prevent that? So in order to prevent that, I can define a distance from this point to this point. I'll define it to be 100. Now you can see that this triangle is fully defined. So if I exit from the small dimension command and try to move this, I can't move this. So if you right now look at this part of the Solidworks, you can see that fully defined is written over here. But if I delete this, then this will go blue and you can see it's written over here under defined. If I press Ctrl Z, that dimension will come back and now it's fully defined. So now let's draw the perimeter circle. If I click on this and go to this perimeter circle command. So for drawing a perimeter circle, I require 3 points. For the time being, I am selecting this line, and this line. So this circle right now just got constructed, and this circle got constructed in such a way that this circle is tangent to these lines. You can see this tangent, you can see this tangent relation over here, this tangent relation. If this tangent relation is not coming for you, what you can do is you can go to this icon over here, hide or show items, and if you notice over here, this command is view sketch relations. Now it's grayed out, now it's highlighted. So if I press on this one more time, it is now not highlighted and this relations will disappear. And if I click on that again, now that comes up. So what does this perimeter circle command do? Perimeter circle command creates a circle in such a way that this circle is tangent to the 3 points which we selected. So that's all for this video, and we'll learn about the remaining commands in the next tutorial. Thank you. Please like and subscribe, and please comment all the improvements which I can make in this video in order to make it more effective.